Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your full moon in Gemini reading. This reading is for the 4th of December. We have the full moon that is taking place 11 degrees, or no, it's not. It's 13 degrees of Gemini. The sun will be sitting at 13 degrees of Sagittarius. You can look in your chart and see where that is for you and get some additional information and clarity on what houses are being affected. This card, I don't know if you heard it, but it flew right out of the deck and it was the death card. So this is the ending of something. There is a completion of a transformation, an ending of a tough cycle, that sort of thing. I feel like it's a tough cycle. We got the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Somebody has really been through some stuff. I'm feeling right now, look at this is so nice. Look at, let me show you because I love when good energies show up. So I do feel like all the battles, the burdens, the challenges, those are behind you. Somebody's got their power in their hand right now and they're about ready. I feel like right now they're just resting, relaxing, rejuvenating, recharging their batteries, catching their breath, so to speak. When this person stands up, they're standing on top of this Ace of Pentacles, which is going to be that Ace of Pentacles that they nurture, they grow, they move forward with. So, again, this is a double validation that there is a cycle that is officially ended, done, over, closed out, closing out. Um, there is an ending to whatever that tough cycle was. If this was in regards to, it's something to do with your stability, it's something in your physical realm, so it can be a relationship, but it can also be in your finances, resources, things like that, where you can see the end of a tough cycle and victory is right there. This is a win. This is talking about somebody being recognized for a job well done. um, that sort of thing. So let's keep moving forward. Let's keep moving forward. Let's see what other energies. It's nice to see these cycles ending out. This full moon could definitely be the like the finishing touch on this cycle ending out, the finishing touch on this um, transformation that somebody has been going through. I do feel it's going to be quite an interesting full moon. First and foremost, I feel it's a very strong, powerful full moon, but I feel like it's like that big, like unexpected enlightenment, or I shouldn't say enlightenment because I feel like it's like this big out of nowhere validation of a truth, of information, of some sort of clarity that clears away whatever was meant to be cleared away and opens the opportunity or the avenue for a new beginning. And we can see that. Like, look, I feel like somebody was going through a tough cycle in their finances and their resources, most likely as a result of a betrayal, right? It's interesting because I did Libra energy, and I don't know why I kept feeling Virgo energy when I was doing the Libra energy, but I did see the Justice card show up in Libra. So that was telling me there was an imbalance or an injustice that has taken place, and it did show me in the past. So it's very interesting. If you have any placements or anything in Libra, you might want to listen to that reading as well. It might help give you some additional insight. Just saying. So, yeah, this is where this tough cycle is ending. And I do feel like this wasn't because you were not doing something right or because you weren't moving quick enough or anything like that. I feel like there was an energy. Look, in both of these cards, this card and this strength card was in that Libra energy. And this was the first one in the Libra energy. And I literally felt the energy of somebody who has just persevered through, call it a shit show, a whirlwind of activity, some turbulent energy is how I was feeling it was going on in there. And it was in regards to being stabbed in the back, being betrayed, right? The next card that shows up underneath this, where somebody was stuck for a very long time, there definitely feels to me like somebody was having some, I feel, financial issues, like they were stuck. They felt like I couldn't see their way out of it. They didn't see how to manifest or something like that. But look, the world card, the death card, it's over. That cycle's done, over, gone. I feel like the truth will be revealed during this full moon. This is that full moon in Gemini. Gemini is all about communication, technology, conversations, even short distance travel. I'm feeling this is where you're going to have that breakthrough of the truth being exposed, you seeing it, recognizing. Like this was, it feels to me like a sabotage, trying to make life harder on someone so that they couldn't persevere, so that they couldn't grow and glow and ascend. I don't feel like that's the way it's going down. I feel like this cycle is done. It's over. Someone's being exposed. And I feel like there will be a rising phoenix, and take that as you will. The next card that shows up is the Seven of Cups. So, Seven of Cups to the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This feels like the external energy was taking a lot of action. Their intention was to cause confusion or, delusion or something like that. I feel like they were painting a fairy tale picture about something or acting like, they were all kind, caring, loving, and all that thing. But behind the scenes, I feel like they were doing the most to look. I cannot make it up. The Seven of Swords was in that other reading as well. They were trying to block someone's success, someone's victory, someone's happiness, someone's new beginning, someone's opportunity. This was what was happening in this situation. I feel whoever I'm talking about, that was the deceptive energy, trying to get away with something, doing something behind the scenes, being all sneaky and shady. They get exposed. Also, that knowledge is power. So you can take that information and make better choices when you're dealing with reality, with truth versus an illusion, right? You can't make great decisions if you're doing it based on something that's not real, because ultimately your decisions are based on what you believe to be the truth, not what you are disillusioned to believe are the truth. There's the Queen of Swords. F around, find out. There it is, Queen of Swords. She's not going to play. You're going to come to her correct, or you're not going to come at all. She'll give you the opportunity to speak your piece, but best believe she knows. She knows before a word comes out of your mouth if this word is the truth or if it's just trying to feed a narrative. She knows. The ace, the Queen of Swords knows. This is an ascension for you. So I do feel like part of this was like a testing phase to see what you would do with this kind of energy. I kind of feel like you've passed this, and that's why this cycle is closing out. You've transformed. I feel like you've done that through open communication, speaking your truth, saying it like it is. People may not like it. You don't have to care. And it definitely gives me the vibe that it's in regards to your work, because there's the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Yes. I feel like you're cutting something off. You're letting something go. And even in the last one, like I said, I felt like in that Libra reading, I felt like somebody was going to lose a blessing. And it, like, if this was involved in a work situation, it was because the leader, like, was like either pretending they didn't see it or didn't want to deal with it. They weren't a true leader, right? And they lost a blessing. They lost a gift. They lost someone with a great skill set just to either pacify a toxic energy or to because they didn't have the backbone to be a true leader, to stand up and say, oh, hell no, this isn't accepted or tolerated. This kind of behavior is not what we allow, and do something about it. They chose not to. There is the Ace of Cups showing up next. So I do feel like you are heading towards a more peaceful, soothing, nurturing connection. And when I say connection, I am feeling this a lot in regards to a job. I felt that with Libra as well. Yeah, look, page of cups on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like someone is being offered an opportunity. I did see that page of cups in that last one as well, and I felt like this was somebody wanting to apologize. I personally did not feel, when I was looking at the energies that were surrounding that apology, like I felt like somebody would accept that apology, but it nonetheless didn't allow them back in. It didn't welcome them back in. That Queen of Swords won't. She knows already. She already knows if you want to mess around with energies that will betray you, sabotage you, be sneaky behind your back, like you, even if you do grow, evolve, and ascend and reach greatness, like you'll always have that energy if it's in your, right, like trying to take it down, trying to sabotage you. Not everybody changes. Underneath this Page of Cups was the Three of Wands. I was looking at that, yeah. I was looking at the Page of Cups and something was drawing me to look underneath it. And there's the three. This is somebody making a choice, taking their power back. They're moving forward. They're not sitting in this cycle. They're removing themselves from this energy. And I feel whoever is doing that, who is going through this transformation and bringing forth this change, they're the gift. They're the ones who come with the skill set, with the intuitive mind, with the intellectual mind, with the Queen of Swords. They're the ones who hold the key to greatness. They are a gift, their skill, whatever their skill is. And I feel like they're taking their skill and they're moving forward and they're taking it with them. And that's just that. Like the other energy can figure it out, is how I'm feeling, right? Next card that shows up to clarify the Death card is the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is talking about victory, success, achieving something. This is a blessing. Somebody was a blessing and somebody dropped it. Somebody like fudged that right up. They messed up an opportunity to, you know, grow through something, like evolve it. Like if this is a work environment, like you could have been somebody that could have helped to bring this company up, to grow this company, to expand this company, that sort of energy. But people thought, like, looked at your energy, like maybe, you wouldn't go nowhere, or, or that I just feel like they dropped the ball. They didn't appreciate. They didn't appreciate a gift when they had it and they lost it, is how I'm feeling. So let's keep moving towards victory, towards success, towards recognition for a job well done. Next card that wants to come out is the Hermit card. This card did come out in that prior reading. I don't know why I feel you may be on the cusp of Virgo, whoever I'm reading for. You may be on the cusp of a Virgo Libra, and that could be why these readings feel like connected to me. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. The next card that shows up is the Hermit, and the Hermit is all about discovery. It's about discovery. It's about enlightenment. It's about higher knowledge, gaining wisdom. And you see there is a discovery of a snake, right? Someone has discovered who the snake is. And I feel they're ending that situation. They're cutting that energy off. Somebody's going to be heartbroken about it. I bet they will, right? Like when people don't appreciate what you bring to the table, or the value in who you are as an individual and a person, or respect you as that gift, and that, appreciate you, like this is where they end up, in this heartbreak and energy, right? Look, Two of Swords underneath that. Yeah, somebody couldn't see. They were like blindly making decisions based on something they couldn't see. They couldn't see your full potential. They couldn't see your gift or the value in who you are and what you brought to the table. And now they lose it, right? Now they lose it. But anyhow, I'm looking at it, they deserve to lose it, because it feels to me like they were trying to sabotage your growth, your expansion, you moving forward, you advancing in life. It's like this is somebody who couldn't reach that, because I don't know why they couldn't reach it. I'm not even going down that alley, but I feel like because they couldn't, they didn't want you to. Next card that comes up with this, to clarify this Five of Pentacles, is the Nine of Wands. There's the wounded warrior. Somebody has definitely overcome a lot of obstacles and challenges. It feels to me like this got really heavy on somebody. It got heavy on the person who was a blessing. And maybe they lost sight of who they were, or didn't recognize their value, or absolutely what they brought to the table. Maybe they didn't really see that within themselves. I feel like they see it now. I feel like they've risen above all of this energy. They're putting all this baggage, burden, this heaviness. It just feels like somebody just wants to drop all these burdens on someone's shoulders so that they can't grow, evolve, ascend, do better, get better, that sort of energy. It's over. Somebody sees their worth, and now they're going to be celebrated and appreciated, and things are going to stabilize in their life as a result of it. And I feel like feels like a double-edged sword to me, because not only do they recognize their worth, they know better, they're going to do better, but also, they recognize something. some snakes. So the next card, I got to cover it up. So is the card of the Star card. And that talks about a healing. So somebody has healed. Somebody is now moving forward towards a major wish fulfillment. Again, there's that Page of Cups showing up. This was in the last card. It's already showing up twice out here. I feel like there is this energy of somebody who wants to apologize. Like somebody wants to make things right. Somebody now that they've dropped the ball, and I feel like you're already walking out the door. Now they want to apologize to prevent that because someone, you may not have known what you brought to the table, but somebody damn well did. And they don't want to lose that because for whatever reason, I feel like their own personal whatever, but that's okay, right? They're going to be heartbroken. You're moving towards victory and success with the Sun card there. The Sun is in Sagittarius. You're going to explore some options. Things are going to come together for you. Two of Cups. So this is like you willingly surrendering what isn't working for you and allowing the opportunities to flow in. And I feel like they'll flow in quite quickly, that are for you, that are going to help you to grow, evolve, and ascend. I don't understand that, but I know we all experience it in the human realm, right? Where there are people, because they don't want to put the work in, they just want to take what someone else is or copy someone else or be a wannabe. I've never understood that. I've never been like that. I just I don't know. That just has never vibed with how somebody could even want to be like that. Like, don't you want to be your unique self? You're the only one of you. And this is like somebody who wanted to be someone else, and it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Clarifying the Queen of Swords is the Nine of Cups. And then at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. This is somebody reaching a wish fulfillment. Somebody is getting a wish fulfillment because they're the ones who invest the time, energy, and effort into creating, establishing, developing, doing something. They use their authentic gifts and powers to accomplish this, and somebody is trying to claim it, I feel like. Not happening. There's that Emperor energy. There's Big Boss energy. Yeah. Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck again. So that's twice out there. Someone is manifesting a movement forward. And I'm going to tell you, whoever was trying to cause some sort of delusion, confusion, distorted energy, or paint a picture that wasn't real, like they're going to be stuck. They're going to having to start all over. Like if you don't know, if you don't have the skill set, you better go learn it, you better develop it, you better grow it, because they're going to have to start all over. So they had an opportunity to take a blessing and to grow, expand, but I feel like ego got in the way and someone just had to go through and experience an ego death. I feel like somebody is going to, I don't feel it's who I'm reading for, but I do feel somebody is going to have to go through it. Yeah, they're going to be really stressed up, caught up. They're under judgment. Bottom of the deck. Somebody's going on to a new beginning. They're going to this could be somebody who even starts something up on their own and it, totally flies by and passes whatever that established business, company, work, whatever that was. It flies right by it because it's not the name of the company, it's not the company, it's the energies that grow and expand that company. It's the innovative thoughts and ideas, the creative energy that develops and assists that and to grow. And people think you could throw that out the door or just ignore it or not appreciate it and lose it. Like this is somebody who's losing something and they're not going to like it because that was the key to success, to growth, to expansion. And instead of appreciating it and valuing it, they just took it for granted, didn't appreciate it, didn't defend it, is how I'm feeling. The Emperor right there, the Emperor protects and defends. A true leader would protect and defend its assets, its resources, what holds value. Now someone's going to be stuck because someone else is moving on. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card. Someone had the strength, courage, and confidence, trust their intuition with the High Priestess here. Sorry, High Priestess here, trust their intuition and move forward. Yeah, someone persevered through a situation and They've transformed it. They're bringing through transformation. There is transformation. There's an ending, and somebody is moving forward. I'm feeling, look at this right over here. Like you can't see it. There you go. This hanged man, where someone is stuck, they're going to be losing a lot of resources. Of course, they're going to be, and they're up in their head about it. They're losing these resources and going to be up in their head about it because of the actions they chose to take. Now they're losing a very valuable asset, and it's not going to be the same. It's just not going to be. So the next card that shows up, these are from the mindful messages. So these are just some inspiration and motivation. I hope they do help you. This says recharge. I did talk about that in this when I seen the wounded warrior. I invite magic into my life always. Every day I grow my connection to this earth. If I am ever feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles of this life. Being in nature lifts my spirits and recharges my energy. Yeah, somebody's starting over. They're resting, they're recharging, they're overcoming all the baggage and burdens that they were under or that were forced upon them for whatever reason. And this is somebody who's going to move forward. They're going to catch their breath, they're going to stand up, and they're going to keep going. The next card that shows up is subconscious mind. I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them for ones that do. Yeah. Somebody has definitely gone through a major transformation with the death card here, right? And then we just had that new moon in Scorpio. So this, I feel, kind of stemming from that energy. You can go, and I do have the new moon in Scorpio readings that are up. You can go back, and there's a playlist for Virgo. You can go back and check that reading out. Hopefully that'll bring you some additional insight. The next energy says, it says gratitude. I love acknowledging all the little things I am grateful for, no matter what I have going on. I always have things to be thankful for. Whenever I am feeling upset, I can fill up a page with the things I appreciate. This begins to shift my mood and focus onto which brings me joy. And absolutely, there is, again, I feel like somebody didn't appreciate, and I'm not saying it's the person I'm reading for, but I'm feeling like they recognize the significance of being grateful, of appreciating things that hold value, right? Just because you don't see them on the surface doesn't mean they don't exist, right? I feel like someone dropped the ball when it comes to somebody's skill set, somebody is a blessing, and they had an opportunity and had a valuable asset, and instead of appreciating it and expressing gratitude for it, they didn't do that. They're going to go experience an ego death. I feel like whoever that sabotaging energy was. The next card that comes out says my own energy. I love being there for friends and family while staying true to myself. I don't let others' energy or mood affect my own. To help a friend in a hole, I don't need to jump in the hole with them. Simply reach out a hand, and it's up to them to do the rest. And that's right. Somebody's claiming their own energy. They're not letting these energy vampires run amok with their energy. Like I said, I felt like somebody taking credit for somebody else's work, or creating an illusion that they're the mastermind behind these great ideas and all this, that, and the other thing, until the mastermind is gone. And then they're trying to figure out why the hell things aren't working out. And, it won't take long to figure out that, put the pieces of the puzzle together. The next card that comes out says guidance system. This says, I love using my emotions as a guidance system. They show me how close or far away I am from what I want. When I am feeling joy and doing things I love, I am in a state of allowing for my desires. I notice when I am feeling low vibrational thoughts and shift them to release resistance. Yeah, somebody is definitely changed up. They've gone through a transformation. They're no longer not. They now recognize their worth, their value. People, I know there would be a lot of people like, oh, that's just you thinking too highly of yourself, or that's your ego, yada yada. No, that is me claiming my power, right? I'm not saying me. I'm like, this is somebody saying they claim their power and their gifts and know that what their skill set is. This is somebody who recognizes their worth, and they're not tolerating this low vibrational stuff anymore. So the next card that comes out, so fitting to end this reading, it's not personal. People's reactions or opinions of me are not about me at all. People tend to project their own insecurities or fears onto one another. So when someone speaks unkindly to me, I'll remember they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. Yeah, they have a lot going on. They have the fact that they've tried to establish themselves on false pretense. They've tried to pretend they were somebody they weren't. And now that they are being held to account for this, like there's going to be some serious transformation going on. But nonetheless, I'm feeling like it took losing a great thing in order for someone to recognize and learn this lesson, if they even do learn the lesson, because some people won't. And I'm going to let it go with this final card that says, I am enough. I am beautiful just as I am. I am loved just as I am. I am worthy just by being me. I don't need to fit in. I just need to be myself, and the right people will come into my life. These who see and appreciate me for all that I am. And that's it. Somebody did not see that. Or if they did see it, they didn't want to admit it. They didn't want to acknowledge it. They didn't want to accept it, right? And they ultimately lost a great gift, right? They're somebody's going to go through an ego death. I feel that 100 miles away. Like I just feel like it's because as a result of what they were doing, like the way they were trying to achieve and get something. They're not comfortable with who they are. They don't like who they are, or they would happily present that. Not everybody is comfortable expressing their authenticity for whatever that reason is. It's different for each and every person. But these blessings, these people that I see that are really beautiful blessings that a lot of people overlook, the one thing you do notice about them is they're no cookie cutter. They are authentically them, who they are. They accept, appreciate, and value who their uniqueness, what their uniqueness is, their personality, their charisma, whatever that is. They appreciate and respect their authenticity, and that's why they grow and glow. So, Virgo, I hope this message serves you well. I thank you for taking the time to listen. Please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate you. Have a great day.